shuts every one of them down. That's a full team kill. And
That's another.
He's looking for third. He's gonna get it, sir.
Against Kinger now in a 1 versus 2. Once again, he finds one. He finds the second. He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
Gonna go bar down, give Saints the lead again.
Welcome back, Saints fans, to yet another day of the HUE 22 Invitational. Once again, going to be back on the pitch for some Rocket League action. Going to have the St. Clair Saints taking on sort of an old foe and definitely a face that we recognize dearly, and that's going to be Stockton University in back-to-back best-of-sevens to decide who will move on in the group stage.
Yeah, this is going to be absolutely ridiculous. The stakes are on the line here for getting into the HUE Fest, like top 8 land,
Yep.
and there's basically 2 ways that the Saints can find themselves there today. One of them, just win both series.
Yeah.
You know, easy, right? Of course, Stockton, you know, the runner-ups from Worlds last semester. Easy, right? No, this is going to be absolutely crazy. But then the other way would be also by tying with a better game count.
Yeah.
Of course, both Stockton and St. Clair right now undefeated in this group, so that's why there's just so much pressure in this game.
Yeah, and the one good thing, I think another tiebreaker maybe was goals scored as well, but to the games, that's a huge thing. If you're going to come out, you have to make sure you don't want to give up, because sometimes the Saints like to start slow and they kind of like to build their way back in, but winning a series 4-3 and then maybe losing 1-4-2 isn't really going to do you any favor, so every single player has to be ready for every single game today, because these all mean as much as anything the entire summer.
Yeah, because I was thinking to myself, okay, wait a second. Normally, if the game gets to like a 5-goal lead, normally the focus is more so on just killing the clock at that point. But yeah, some of the tiebreakers, I believe, here in HUE Fest has been basically like, it goes obviously your record first, tiebreaker, then game count. And the other thing is your actual goals scored, if I do recall correctly. So hence why we did see versus like Aquinas, for example,
Yeah.
we were watching a stream. It's like, okay, this is an excessive amount of goals. Normally it's not that high. That's probably why, because it was just built in the tournament that way, basically.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of teams play a lot more aggressive, especially knowing this tournament being put together in 1 week and having to play so many matches either back-to-back days or sometimes like 2 to 3 sets in a night, which we've seen multiple times now already. Every single team trying their absolute best to try to put as many points on the scoreboard, get everything going. And St. Clair, the one really, really good thing, the CCA summer hangover and the World's hangover, maybe they're kind of over it now. They've been putting together some really, really good matches the last couple of weeks, especially against Aquinas. But Stockton, as we know, Top Cheese, Bussy, Warbean, we've seen these 3 storm through Worlds, end up finishing second. This is definitely a squad to fear, but St. Clair, I think they're one of the teams, they feel like they're equipped to handle it.
Absolutely. And of course, starting lineup here for the Saints this time by is going to be Comp Spoods and Kamal going to hit the field first. And I know Spoods, he's had himself a little bit of a eventful day, to say the least. Apparently, just this afternoon, I don't know if a hard drive died or what, but he just could not quite get his computer running. And thankfully, he lived close, if I recall correctly, because he just booked it right to the nest. Thank goodness it opened yesterday, because now, perfect timing for Spoods to play his match from the nest.
Yeah, I think Comp just said Spoods trying to log into Steam or get into Rocket League as we speak. So hopefully just another minute or two. And honestly, the way Spoods has been playing the last 2 weeks, maybe someone PC checked him, or maybe though the components got a little too hot, because I think we've seen Spoods play some of his best ball the last couple weeks. Whether it's like, especially when it comes to the dribbling and the space creation, because he's always been so good on that back line and just that brick wall in the net, and just defensively just so sound with rotation. But this time he's kind of been the star of the show. Really, really fancy dribbles, a lot of flip resets, and honestly, it's really, really good to see. But all 3 members will have to be on their A game tonight, especially in all 3 facets of the game.
We have seen a new aggressive form of Spoods too. If he wasn't necessarily the one making the dribbling or the shot play himself, how many times do we see him just straight up headhunt the goalie?
Yeah.
Like take multiple members out and just make the shot just that much easier for the teammates to put through. It's been crazy throughout this summer, and even maybe towards the tail end of last semester as well. Like seeing this kind of play style come out of him, because he's been finding some serious value out of it. being able to get aggressive, but not oftentimes finding himself out of position.
Yeah, and that's the one thing the Saints have like severely struggled with at times, is they can't seem to get the offense going. They can't dig the ball out of their defensive end, and when they're kind of getting peppered, they just they don't sit back and accept it, because especially against the good teams, good teams are just taking the space and like using it to their maximum advantage. And Stockton is one of those teams that if you give them an inch, they will take a mile, 2 miles, 3 miles. They will definitely punish you. So St. Clair, I would say the biggest thing for them tonight, they have to make sure be sound on that defensive game plan, because we have seen some of the things Top Cheese and Bussy specifically have done in the world stage, in the collegiate stage, and honestly, it's incredible. So yeah, St. Clair, everybody has to be ready to play tonight, because Stockton, we already know they're especially 2 undefeated teams as well. So you really can't afford to give any games to either one of these teams.
Absolutely. It just takes one opportunity to, like, the amount of accuracy out of this Stockton University squad is always scary. If that ball is lobbed up outside the crease, Top Cheese is coming flying. He's going to knock that down and get into the back of the net easy. Bussy is still going to be that aggressive powerhouse. Kind of plays a little bit like Spoods, if I recall correctly, where he's that enforcer of sorts, the demo artist, the assist, like playmaking madman. And then Warbean, if I recall, I think in one of the CCA matches from just a couple of weeks ago, was just an absolute defensive monster, but can still score in their own right as well. So very, very scary.
Yeah, and I think Spoods still getting logged into Steam, still trying to get that hard drive issue fixed. The PC check was maybe a little bit too strong for him today, but I think we'll get back to you guys in hopefully just 2 or 3 minutes once Spoods get in here. Gonna throw it to a quick break, and we'll catch you guys on the other side. And Spoods' PC has been all set up. The Rocket League settings are now all set up for him. We should be getting into lobby in just a second here. Both teams suiting up to take the pitch once again. Back-to-back best of 7 tonight in the HUE 22 Invitational. St. Clair Saints taking on Stockton University. 2 of the top teams at CRL Worlds are now going to battle out in HUE 22. Battle of the undefeated records. Who will come out on top?
Yeah, like we were saying before, of course, plenty on the line this time by, and just going to be very, very scary, especially if we're going to get some quick bounces like that. Holy smokes, that was nearly a Saints goal already.
Yeah, I think every single Rocket League match has to start with almost an immediate goal or some way to get...
It seems that way.
Yeah, it's like to get the crowd pumped up already. Yeah, it's like when you start, you have a big knockout or something to start the fight card. You got to get it going really early. And the Saints already, once again, pressing the attack and putting that pressure on the other team, staying out of the defensive end, which has been so huge for them these last couple series.
And once again, right off the bat, just like I remembered, Warbean already defensively sound, saving one very good opportunity there from St. Clair. Another shot on target. It's going to be Bussy right there, making the save. Spoods up to the skies is going to get intercepted. That ball will be cleared for just a moment's time, but Kamal does have control of it. Where does he put it next? Yeah, Kamal going to send it to the corner. Comp going to maybe try to get the double touch there. Going to send it toward the middle. Stockton is going to be there. Warbean once again there. Easily challenges it to mid. Bussy is going to be there. Try to get a little ceiling shot there. I think it was Comp on the challenge. So St. Clair going to do a decent job so far, keeping Stockton out of that danger zone. But great pass to the middle. Bussy going to get a little bit of control. Will get denied by Kamal though. So good little outbreak from Stockton, and St. Clair just there to close the door. Yeah, Kamal going to be the defensive powerhouse to start this one off. It does look like, but of course, how many times this season have we seen him pick the ball up from his own crease and just fly it all the way across? That being said, Top Cheese going to find the first goal here after a fantastic pass from Warbean. Yeah, just a great job by Warbean to read the redirect off the wall there. Great little touch off the backboard. Comp barely couldn't quite get enough air under his tires there, and Top Cheese going to pocket that one in the bottom left corner, and Stockton going to draw first blood in this first best of 7. Absolutely clutching it up there, and of course just a game of inches sometimes, unfortunately. A couple inches too short here for St. Clair. Going to see Comp though. Good pass over to Kamal. It is going to be pushed aside, however. Not going to quite find the shot he was looking for. They're forced to go back and get boost, and with all the Saints on the defensive, it gives Top Cheese a little bit of space to look for Warbean. A good little shot, but it was a little bit slow. Does allow Kamal to get there just in time.
Yeah, it was a pretty little double touch. Unfortunately, not really enough gas on it for anything severe. Spoods with a nice little touch toward the center there. Warbean, once again, going to be there for the challenge. Going to lead it for Top Cheese. Maybe going to try to send this one into the corner, but Kamal going to be there for the save off the crossbar, off the backboard. Bussy is going to be there for the second challenge, though. Has 0 boost, so Spoods going to be there for the pickup. Stockton still threatening in the Saints in the net. Ooh. Looked open there for a second, but Kamal is going to come across and shut the door. Once again, Warbean runs out of boost in the mid, and St. Clair just going to try to dump and chase this ball.
Yeah, just about halfway through this game already. Other than that one goal, it's been pretty well back and forth in regards to the shots for Stockton and Saints in this case here. Now back in the St. Clair zone. Top Cheese actually lets Warbean pick this one up. But it's a little bit close. They kind of fake it. Just a little bit of a slow ball there to try and fake out the Saints, and nearly worked. But now Saints right on the attack.
A little bit of a knuckler there. Kind of got him with the off-speed pitch, but luckily Saints going to keep that one out. Ball is threatening toward their goal once again, though. So Stockton getting really, really good with knocking these lob shots in. Now so far, Stockton trying to press St. Clair's net once again. Looks like Top Cheese just going to miss the ball above the net there. Now Spood might be there for the play. Bussy actually will get there first. Kamal going to be there for the follow and try to chip this one up, but Stockton, lots of offensive pressure so far, just backing the Saints up as much as possible.
Yeah, there hasn't necessarily been a very, very strong shot from the side of Stockton in the last little bit. However, they've just been keeping it in the Saints zone, just killing the clock. That is all they have to do at this point if they really, really want to do. A bit of a dangerous game to play, but it can be done. Kamal right at home, going to pick it up right from his own crease, passes this one off. I believe that's to Spoods. Centering attempt is going to be intercepted, however. The Saints member was not quite there in time. Kamal is barely going to lose that 50-50 though, and it means we're going right back to the Saints end.
Yeah, Bussy going to get that backline demo, and now Warbean trying to pick that top right corner. Just going to miss off the crossbar, so Stockton threatening from every single angle right now. The Saints have to try to find some way to get the counterattack going. Kamal going to try to take it himself. Going to have a decent little shot there, but Spoods is going to lose the 50. Comp is going to be there, touch it off the backboard. Will he be there to find the second touch? It will get shut down by Bussy, so a couple chances for St. Clair, but Stockton so far just seems like they're half a step ahead of the Saints.
Yeah, it's a good reaction there from Comp to be able to even put that towards the net. Unfortunately, it was just too powerful and going a little bit too high. Now, once again, a little bit of a, I guess, a pinch right through the center, going to go right back to the Stockton zone, now all the way back to the Saints zone. We have Top Cheese maybe looking for a little bit of extra insurance here. Getting one more goal right now would make things extremely difficult, of course, here for the Saints, and it's just kind of a pop fly in their zone. It's a little slow so far for the Saints.
Yeah, great little side pass there. Gonna shoot far left side.
Wow.
Excellent give and go by Stockton. Bussy to Warbean. Bussy with a great little side touch off the card there, and Warbean there to bury that one home. And if you're Stockton, you've got to be feeling good. That was just a beautiful passing shot by Stockton.
Perfect little redirect that actually ends up being a sniper right in the top left corner. Beautifully done there from Warbean to get a piece of that good pass as well. And now with this 2-goal deficit, the Saints are in a world of hurt to start off this best of 7.
Yeah, this is definitely, normally you wouldn't say it's like you can't come back from 2-0 with this much time left, but we know how good Stockton is. We've already seen the pressure they're putting on the Saints, and honestly, Stockton just looks like they're still in form.
Goodness.
Phenomenal touch off the wall by Warbean. Gonna fake out one of the Saints. Just an excellent solo effort, and the guy we praise for the defensive prowess says, hey, I got something for you too. Just a beautiful goal by Stockton, and this one is pretty much going to be put to bed.
Yeah, absolutely able to clutch that one up and just find the opening and just take it. With 30 seconds left to go, like we were saying, definitely improbable, but for say die, we'll have to see in just a second, of course, though. But with this ball just not necessarily being controlled, Saints might be looking to game 2 for this one.
Yeah, you don't want to necessarily pack in game 1, especially when the games do have a tiebreaker impact now, especially the 2 undefeated records going head-to-head. But if you're the Saints, just got to retool for game 2, especially get through the first best of 7. They're playing a lot of games tonight, so you don't want to just hang your head on one game. Stockton, they came out, got the early goal, had great pressure. If you're the Saints now, just time to come and answer.
Yeah, but with that being said, Stockton University going to start things off strong. They're going to be able to take that 3-0 victory here in game number 1. With Warbean leading the charge, of all people finding all the goals. Based off of our pregame show, I would not have expected it to be Warbean, but definitely showing that he's a menace to deal with as well.
Yep.
May not be necessarily demoing people, may not have the sickest angle shots, but his positioning was absolutely wonderful.
And that's the crazy thing. We said he's usually not known for those wide angle shots or those crazy snipes, and I think he got 2 of them that game where it was just unbelievable solo efforts and then a great assist from Bussy on the 1 goal. So this is just how dangerous Stockton is. You talk about Top Cheese and Bussy being more of the finesse players that they're going to get a lot of the shine, they're going to score a lot of goals, but all 3 of these members know exactly what to do, when to do it, and they just seemed like they had the Saints number in game 1. So the Saints got to retool, try to find some consistent offense, maybe try to get a lucky goal or 2. You're not going to say no to those, but got to try to retool and come back now because Stockton looking like they picked up where they left off the last couple of months, say, playing total.
Yeah, absolutely. But without further ado, game number 2 is now on the way. We'll have to see if the Saints can bring this one back nice and quickly. Otherwise, this could be trouble.
Yeah, the Saints definitely need to find some way to claw back in this one. I'd say trying to draw first blood, definitely something the Saints should try to look into. Obviously, way easier said than done against this kind of competition, but actually Stockton going to take it into the Saints end once again. So immediately trying to put this pressure on and try to boost start the Saints and keep them on that back line.
They're still stuck in the Saints zone. We're trying to get this thing cleared out here, but Top Cheese is being a menace to the Saints at this moment. We're going to see Comp off the backboard. He maybe find himself the centering opportunity. Not quite this time by, however, is going to be Bussy. Bringing it out. Nice pass. Is this on target? Barely wide. Redirects up front, and again, so close. Top Cheese going to get credit with a shot, but just could not quite hit the target.
Yeah, Saints maybe get away with one there. Stockton threatening on the goal line there with 2 awesome attempts. Now Comp going to get the touch toward the net, but going to be denied before it turns into anything like a real shot attempt. Look at a flip reset from Spoods. Going to try to get the second touch, but Bussy once again going to be there. Nice, calmly controls it through the middle and able to clear it out for the time being, but now the Saints still pressing in the Stockton end. Top G's going to go for the play. We'll get it off the ceiling. Going to try to find the reset. Second touch is going to come through, and the third touch just unable to land down. So Stockton threatening, but St. Clair able to keep it 0-0 for now.
Yeah, pass back nearly works there, but it's going to be stopped by Comp, of course. Now Top G's in his own zone, looking to take this out. Does not have much boost. Just going to pass it over to Bussy. Off the backboard again there, but nobody home for the rebound. So Saints get their opportunity to try and strike, but that demo from Bussy onto Spoods is going to make things a little bit difficult. That offensive opportunity squandered.
Yeah, Top G is now going to go through the middle, trying to get the reset. Great challenge there by Comp. Second shot is going to come through, but going to be peeled off the crossbar there by Spoods. Now Kamal got 40 boost to play with. Going to get the little touch up the right wall there. Is going to be denied by Stockton. Warbean going to send it over to Bussy. He will clear that ball into the corner, and Stockton just... They do such a good job of getting that ball into the far corner as quick and as often as possible. The Saints have to find some way to counter, and demos might be the way. Great little job there, but so far, just no way to get the ball on net, even after the demo and the clear out.
Yeah, Warbean taking off the field there for just a second, which was a little bit scary considering the initial save was also missed. That could have been deadly. I don't even think the Saints were prepared to capitalize on that one. We're going to see another demo. That's going to be Bussy off the field. Good thing he was right in that sweet spot, right outside the crease, looking for the shot. So good demo there as we see it's going to be Kamal looking for the shot, but just could not keep control.
Yeah, Warbean had a great challenge. Kamal somehow kept it on the nose there and able to make a second little play there, but nothing coming of it, unfortunately, for the Saints. Kamal, great little feed from Spoods, going to try to find something. Calm does have full boost, going to try to play it out of the corner. Going to get 50 to the middle. Spoods maybe can make a play, going to go off the backboard, but Bussy once again just reading the play so well, just ready for it. There to peel the ball off. Now Kamal going to try to set something up over the middle, but it seems like every time the Saints touch that ball down, there's a blue car there ready to just knock it to the other side.
Yeah, the Saints haven't been able to really get a solid shot opportunity in a good while here. It's just been kind of crawlers going towards the net or just going a little bit wide. We're going to see Kamal maybe try to change that here as he passes this one off to Spoods in the corner. And again, once again, just denied by Top Cheese, and we're going right back into the Saints zone.
Yeah, 2 Saints going to rotate toward the net. Comp and Kamal. Now Comp going to play that one off the top of the net. Warbean going to go flying by, but Top Cheese once again there for the play. Great little second touch, and a third as well. Will he be able to find anything? Not that time, but great job to keep that ball buried in the Saints end. Now Bussy just trying to get the fake out on Spoods. Kamal is going to be there for the touch, but Warbean once again there to shut the door on the net and say Stockton. The defense is just so sound right now with both teams just trying to finally break through, and Spoods will finally do it. Comp and Spoods will link up, and now St. Clair will take a late 1-0 lead, just a minute and a half to play, and all they needed was one chance.
The one chance finally comes through, and it was a quality shot right in the bottom left-hand corner, and is able to get the Saints ahead here with just about a minute 30 now. It's going to be the side of Stockton to try and get themselves all tied up here nice and quickly. But Comp has other ideas and wants maybe a quick insurance goal.
That's right. If you're the Saints, you're definitely looking for a second goal. I would never feel safe with a 1-goal lead. Spoods with a great little touch there, especially against a team like Stockton, where you know, having already seen the pressure they're putting on St. Clair, you know how quickly it can break. You know, pressure burst pipes, and if the Saints aren't careful, they will get busted up here, but Warbean just going to miss the net there. Saints damn near getting away with one, and now Kamal gonna try to bury this one and just try to kill these 65 seconds as much as you can.
Okay, give the crossbar a hug later. You just saved us a little bit that time by, because that was extremely close. But last minute of play here in this second game. Kamal comes flying on through from defense in the corner by himself, just trying to kill time. And to be fair, getting that pop fly and threatens the goal and just kills a bunch of time.
Yeah, now the Saints are doing a phenomenal job of either challenging and winning the 50s or at least making their presence known in the back end of Stockton. Top G's is going to get the second little touch there. Actually, it was Bussy. Shot on net, going to get kicked away there. Top G's going to try to play it to the left wall. Comp going to be there. Going to spike it down. Maybe for Spoons. Spoons didn't get enough on it or anything at all, actually. Stockton can maybe create a chance off this now. Going to be a pass. Warbean not going to be able to come through with the shot, so the Saints got to be very, very careful. Just 20 seconds left to try to close out game 2.
Did it start raining on the field or something? We've seen like a collective of like 3 whiffs within 30 seconds. I have not seen a little interaction like that in a good little while. Oh, 10 seconds left. Plenty of time, and Top Cheese. He's going to tie this up with a couple seconds left to go.
All it takes is one. Stockton was threatening from all over that last 50 seconds, and eventually Boo starved and nowhere to go. Spooge just couldn't get up there to make the save. Top Cheese. No mistakes to be made, and now 9 seconds. I would assume we're knocking on the door of overtime, but with these two teams, we have no idea.
I mean, we see what happens off of face-offs at the very beginning of the game, so what about the very end? We see Kamal trying to go from coast to coast. This is very close. Of course, ball hits the ground. This is done, but there's still plenty of time as long as it's in the skies to make a play. Spoods, they're going to drag race this a little bit, does have backup. If they can keep this up, maybe they can get opportunity, but that is going to be squandered. Does hit the ground, and we have ourselves a 1-1 tie going into some overtime for game 2.
Yeah, if I'm St. Clair, I have mixed feelings right now. You played such a solid second half within just one, I wouldn't even call it a mistake, but like we said, Stockton will punish anything that could even be perceived as a mistake. So great job by them. Comp with a great little shot there toward the other end, though. At least going to get the clear for the time being. Second touch going to be there as well.
No way.
Can he find the third? But Warbean, once again, just stout on that defensive end.
That was, again, so close. All started there off of that powerful clear from Comp. He's going to try and maybe get himself another one here. Still a little bit of boost in the tank. And he find a reply here to this Top Cheese. This is a clearing attempt. It's actually going to be Kamal who does. This is going to be Ray in the center. Bussy going to just try and push it aside. But with Kamal being a little bit feisty down in the crease once again, making Warbean's life a little bit difficult. This could be deadly. Shot on target is going to be saved by Warbean again. Is there a rebound? There is! And Kamal's going to win game 2 for the Saints.
An absolutely massive demolition coming through for the Saints, clearing out the space. Spoods going to open up the lane for Comp to get the first shot, and Kamal there for the finish. In St. Clair, excellent job to bounce back in game 2, and we are going to game 3 tied 1-1 in this first best of 7.
Okay, now we have ourselves a series. My goodness. I mean, we knew that going up against Stockton is always a tough but exciting matchup. Does not disappoint this time by shots this time. 7 for the Saints, 5 for Stockton. So it's not even like this was a low shot game. Maybe a little bit for Stockton, but 5's not bad. We've definitely seen worse over this HUE season, to say the least. But then, like, 7 for the Saints, that's not incredibly high either. So, like, it was all just about executing on one final opportunity, and thankfully there for the Saints, able to go off of that demo, find the rebound, and find the gap to be able to finalize that game and stop this from possibly snowballing.
Yeah, and both teams, we saw the first half of the game pretty much struggled to throw anything on net at all, and we saw Stockton, the one chance they had, they scored. St. Clair, when they opened the scoring, the one good chance they had, they buried it, and then once again, just it was taking advantage of opportunities, because the shots, they didn't even feel like 7-5. It felt like a lot less than that for some of the games. So both teams that's how you know you can see two really good teams. Any little mistake or any little chink in the armor, and they will capitalize. And both teams gonna have to continue that if they want to walk away with the win.
Yeah, absolutely. At this top level, you have to execute on any little opportunity. Otherwise, it just might be a bit of a stalemate. Yeah. As we see to start off here, and Bussy's going to get real aggressive. Top Cheese looking a little bit of fancy stuff going through the skies. Kamal just going to instantly interfere with them too, so no shot for you this time. Bussy from the Saints zone just going to knock it back, maybe try and get a little bit of control on it. I don't mind the idea, but if you can't control it, that could be scary.
That's the funny thing too. Somehow couldn't control it. Somehow ends up right on the front bumper of Top G's, all things considered. So Stockton somehow finding a way to just go tape to tape there. Now Kamal gonna play this one up the middle. Maybe try to find a little individual effort here. Bussy is gonna be there for the challenge. So Kamal gonna try to go under for the pinch. Not a lot of boost left. So it looks like Stockton will take control here. Warbean gonna take it over mid, set up a teammate. Top G's there for the shot, but great job by Comp to come across and make the save.
Spoods is right there as well.
Yeah.
That had me nervous there for a second. Then maybe
Whoa.
it away, but what a bounce off the post as well. Comp, though, is going to at least get this up into the skies, give the Saints a little bit more time to get to the rebound. And with War being out of boost and a couple of the members of Stockton maybe a little bit worse for wear, they're going to have to take it a little bit slower as we see Warbeam now just on a warpath here, essentially, just demoing multiple members of the Saints.
Yeah, say the one saving grace they had was that the Saints, I think, had one person demoed back-to-back, so even though it didn't really have the boost advantage, they had the numbers advantage, and that'll be enough. Great little flick from Top G's. He has just been painting targets all over the net. Ball's going to land on the goal line. It will get kicked off by Spoods. Bussy knocking on the door there of opening the scoring, but just enough for the Saints to stay in this one and keep it at zeros.
This is still deadly, however, here. Very scary for the Saints. It's still flying through the crease. Is anybody there to answer? Kamal's the first one back, but with only 20 boosts in the tank, he's going to have like one attempt to clear. Otherwise, he's got to run all the way back and get some boosts as long as it's still available. Comp is here on the side of Saints for a little defense, a little bit in the tank, but it's going to get interrupted by Top Cheese, who does have control of it now.
I've got to say, these two teams are just so fun to watch. Honestly, this just gives me Worlds flashbacks, CCA Summer flashbacks. Everything is just... These two teams are so entertaining in their play styles, the mechanics, everything, and just so far, a 0-0 tie in Game 3. Couldn't have asked for anything better, but both teams, once again, we saw this last game, no one could really find anything like a substantive as far as scoring chances, but Top G's going to try to change that. Going to get a decent little shot there, and he is threatening. Top right going to be just a little bit wide. Once again, the Saints give the crossbar a raise and pay his rent, just absolutely locking it down for the Saints so far in Stockton. You know they're got to be pressing for a goal right now.
Yeah, by the post dinner or something. Like, it's definitely coming in clutch multiple times here so far in this series. They're going to try and slow this down. Buzzy was coming in hot. That shot would have been a rocket, but it's actually going to bounce the other way here. Kamal looking for his opportunity to strike, not just fully gunning it immediately, but with 3 Saints past half, this could be very scary if nobody runs back.
Oh, and Compton actually hit it into the back of Spoot, so maybe a little bit of a misfire there, but luckily the Saints should have some time to rotate. Kamal was already back there. Warbeam with a great little flick off the ceiling, going to go side to side. Top G's almost there for the finish in Stockton. They are just plotting this ball back and forth across St. Clair's goal line, and they just cannot find the back of the net yet. And if you're St. Clair, you got to be feeling the heat. You got to try to get some shots on net here.
Can't keep playing like this. Eventually, you're going to slip up. Yes, your defense looks sound right now, but you're just getting peppered time and time again here. Just need some sort of breather. Get it out for a little bit longer. Kamal going to do just that. Uses whatever he has left in the tank to get it going. The drop shot off the roof was nearly like dangerous there for Stockton, but now they're going to come right back. Never mind. Right back on the offensive. Here comes the Saints.
Yeah, but once again, Bussy going to be there for that backline demo. So St. Clair, knowing they have to kind of hold those rotations, Comp actually going to try to spike it down. Not going to find the back of the net. A little bit of a mix-up in front of the Stockton net there, but they will turn it away. Comp going to get the demo on Top G's. Bussy luckily there to play to the middle. Now double commit from the Saints. Comp will be the one to play it first. Now Warbeam there for the challenge. Kamal is going to fly up there. Great little touch there and try to kick it back. And both teams just trying to find that opening right now. 4 minutes gone in Game 3. Are we seeing the verge of a second overtime in a row?
We very well might. Last minute of the play here in this third game. Top Cheese looking to get aggressive versus the Saints, but it's going to just get cleared right away back into their zone. The Saints, this is their opportunity to strike. This is going to bounce through the center, but it was a bit of a slow, predictable pass. The pass and the shot coming out here from Warbeam. Spoods with the initial save. There are 2 Saints up there, however. Can they get this out from the front? They do. And thankfully, at least their goaltender, as of this moment, does have a little bit of boost in case something happens.
Wow.
But 30 seconds left. This is a long drive. It's on target, but it is going to be Bussy. Stop that.
That was a fantastic pinch by, I think it was Kamal. Now he's going to play it up toward the net as well. I think Spoods or Comp might be back in the mid to play it. Bussy is going to be there for the 50. He's going to win it as well. Ball going down near creating to the crossbar. Going to be kicked away, but Stockton's still challenging. Comp going to save the game potentially on that save. 11 seconds left. Stockton threatening from all angles. St. Clair just trying to get this ball.
They can turn this.
You are trying to get to overtime, but just as you said, they might be able to turn this. Top Cheese is going to be able to play it though toward mid, and if I'm St. Clair, trying to get to overtime. Top Cheese, no one in front of him though. Spood's going to be there to kick it away, and overtime we go. What a stressful last 10 seconds.
Okay, I thought they were going to be able to turn that and get a little offensive shot for themselves, but if anything, it was Stockton that nearly found the opportunity. But a nice little drop. That was so close, but good on Kamal not to bite. A near breakaway attempts there, but it is going to be stopped.
Went for the ankle breaker. That is such a hard stop defensively in space. I think a little bump there from Spood.
Very close.
Yeah, another bump going to come through in the net, but shot unable to find target. Comp going to be there for the second touch, but it will get charged back into the Saints zone. Top Cheese going to be there trying to get the 50. Spoods will gain control so far. Warbeam lurking underneath him. Going to be there to try to play it possibly, but we'll leave it for Bussy. Going to try to knock it up here. Kamal will be there for the challenge, but once again, Stockton threatening, and they are just peppering the Saints net. The Saints have to find some way to get this pressure unloaded.
His demo, though, is going to be brutal. Bussy is going to capitalize, and just off a goaltending witch hunt once again. The initial setup from Top Cheese. As soon as the pass happens, goes for the demo. Nothing the Saints could do there. Beautifully done.
And man, talk about two, I want to say evenly matched teams. We've seen, say, the 2-1 game in overtime, and now just a 1-0 game. And we saw amazing scoring chances. We saw flip resets, musty flips. We saw so many spikes off the ceiling. We just saw such high offensive prowess. But look at the Saints. Look at the shot totals. Going to be 14 for Stockton and 1 for the Saints. And it was only a 1-0 game. Wow.
The fact that the Saints held on for that long is what's surprising to me. It just goes to show how insane their defensive ability actually is. But unfortunately, you don't get any goals for stopping goals.
Yeah.
You kind of have to go the other way at some point here. And they just could not quite find their opportunity. There were a couple of chances that could have turned, but just could not quite find the quality shot necessary. And now it looks like Stockton's ready to just get themselves in a lead immediately with who else but the game winner from last time, Bussy.
Yeah, gonna pick up right where they left off, just 8 seconds in. The fastest goal we've seen so far in the series, and great job there by Top G's to hang it up for Bussy. No mistake on that one, gonna knock that one in. And now Stockton, early 1-0 lead, and just as you said, if you blind looked at that scoreboard last game and you saw 14 shots to 1, you'd think it was 6 or 7-0. So the Saints defense luckily kept them in the game, but Stockton's offense just too relentless. You have to find some countermeasure to, stifle it.
And the momentum has not been on the Saints' side here to start this one off after the first goal. You can see them scrambling, maybe just ever so slightly, but looking to maybe change that. Offensive opportunity, shot's going to go high. Rebound, however, big save from Top Cheese.
Phenomenal save coming across to save the game so far. Keep that 1-0 lead intact. And now back the other way on the counterattack. Going to send it back toward the Saints' nets. Spoods with a great little bump there, but Top Cheese still going to be there. Luckily, Comp is going to win the 50. Kamal going to be there for the follow, going to try to send this one into the corner, maybe try to set something up over the middle, but once again, Stockton just so fundamentally sound on the defensive end. Just get the ball out, clear it, chip it up, and let someone try to make a play with it, and Bussy try to find his second of the game, but Comp luckily going to keep it 1-0.
I mean, good trust there from Kamal to allow just Comp to get that undisputed, maybe save your own resources for a possible rebound. But still, Saints kind of stuck in their zone a little bit more. Top Cheese, once again, with control for the moment. Is going to be interfered with here by Spoods, but it does look like he is gassed at this moment. So does get it cleared, but doesn't really have much else in the tank. Yeah,
a lot of ping pong in the corner, back and forth. Spoods, no boost. Ball dangerously hanging over Stockton's net, but no one from the Saints either doesn't have boost or just not quite there for the rotation. Net's wide open. Spoods really get there. Going to save that one. That probably would have gone post and in, so Spoods, great job to get back there and shut the door. Now Comp going to try to find something over the middle, but will be turned aside by Warby. No member of the Saint was there for the follow, sadly. Now Kamal going to get stolen. The ball stolen on the right wall there. Spoods going to try to play it over the middle, and once again, just Stockton. They always, the second they get possession, they seem like they're immediately threatening.
And they're always seeming to cover the individual play very, very well.
Yeah.
We've seen time and time again, as we see another shot attempt here coming out here from Stockton, that would have been deadly, but we've seen like time with the Saints that their aerial ability, especially for Comp as well, like completely able to like change direction, saving his flip at the right possible moments, or some dangling type of ankle breaker or axle breaker kind of shots. But they always have it covered. They don't have any room for any sort of individual effort.
Yeah, and that's how you can tell they're definitely confident in their defense. They're not really biting a lot of fakes. They kind of expect what's coming. They're ready to read the play, just as you said. They're kind of like, okay, we've seen this before. We kind of have an idea what you want to go for, and we're going to be there to just easily shut it down, not make any crazy risky plays. We're not going to double commit anything, and the Saints maybe pressing now. Comp, decent little angle. Kamal going to try to be there for the follow, but once again, Top G's just doing such a good job to get that ball out of the zone and still gaining control. Spoods luckily got that 100 boost out of the corner. Bussy going to miss the challenge there. Spoods going to go for the pinch. It will get knocked back by Top G. Yeah, a little bit of a dangerous pinch there, but Stockton going to be able to play this one out of the zone more than likely.
I mean, good defense once again here from the Saints, but unfortunately they need to find their way on this board one way or another here. Comp trying to make that happen. The shot's going to initially go wide. Is there any Saints there as well? Spoods is here, but it is going to get pushed aside. Now right back through the neutral zone. Comp not going to get a piece of it, but it's going the wrong direction for him anyway at this point. Stockton, just consistent pressure, consistent ball control, just making this so difficult for the Saints.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's what they're doing is pretty simple, but obviously the mechanics are pretty advanced, but they're just getting the ball to the corner, getting boost, and just trying to feed it to the middle. And honestly, it's a tried and true strategy in every sport, and especially Rocket League. Just get that ball to the corner, get some boost, set up a rotation, and just try to find a hole in the net. And so far, Stockton, not that they found a lot of holes in St. Clair's defense, but the ones they are finding, they're making sure they take advantage. And Saints, only $1.27 left to try to find one. Great shot by Comp. Will they be able to fit a follow? Top G's going to miss the ball there. Saints possibly still have a chance threatening in the zone here. Top G's will have just a little bit of boost, but should be able to control this one just a little bit.
Yeah, going to try and cross halfway. Doesn't even have any boost, but he's able to at least get it out of danger, which is all the way down into the Saints side of things. Kamal alone up in the stop. Never mind, he is going to be met for the moment. Spoods right from home, right from the crease. You can see they are looking for this fanciness, but they're not biting for nothing.
Yeah, Stockton, they're kind of reading everything right now, and especially with 55 seconds, their senses are on high alert right now on the defensive end. They know all it takes is one kind of off-angle shot, one missile that can go the other way, and St. Clair could be knotting this one up and trying to send it to overtime. Now Comp and Spoods going to try to hook up, but Spoods not quite there for the rotation. Comp going to get that second touch. Kamal going to be there for the follow, but
again.
Top Cheese locking the door up. Only 35 seconds left. The Saints trying to find anything right now. Spoods, flip reset.
That was
Will
good.
they find it? Kamal going to be there for the touch. No one's there to get the strong finish, and the Saints knocking on the door, but so far nothing yet. Stockton clinging to this one goal lead.
Oh my goodness, and they might be able to turn this one around. Saints definitely blew a lot in the tank to make sure they can make that play even happen in the first place. 15 seconds or so left to go here. One or two more offensive opportunities for the Saints to try and tie this one up. But the way it's looking, it's going to be Top Cheese nearly finding the shot. But as time ticks down, Saints need something fast.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle at this point. 3 seconds left. Ball's buried in their zone. Looks like they don't have a lot of boost. Going to be 1 second left. And it's going to be a great shot off the backboard. Bussy going to hammer that one home. And Stockton going to walk away now with a 3-1 series. They're going to clean up the Saints 2-0. But once again, such a good matchup. But the Saints just, their offense right now, they can't seem to find any of that creativity. They can't create the space that they were against Aquinas in those other series.
And then I hate to call it this kind of play style, but I'm going to refer to it because I think it's probably the most relatable to us, but the solo queue kind of mindset. When you feel the pressure and something isn't working, you try to do a lot more yourself.
Yep.
And that's what I'm seeing a lot here from the Saints offense, at least over this last game or two.
Yep.
Because, like, yes, Stockton's been extremely difficult to go against offensively.
Yeah.
But either they're not confident in their passing play or they've completely disregarded it.
Yeah.
Because while we see Stockton faking passes and ending up just handing it off to their partner or something like that, letting them take the shot. And sure, they've capitalized on a couple individual opportunities as well. The Saints, over this last game or two, it's been purely individual plays.
No, I know what you mean. Every single other game, I think 90% of the goals, we saw the hockey assist. All three members getting a touch on the ball, either setting up some rotation, someone getting it down and finding that goal. And so far, I think that's more good Stockton than bad St. Clair. Stockton is honestly just closing. Everything is airtight on their backline. And if you're the Saints, it can definitely get frustrating when you feel like we've had really good attempts. We've had some chances. Hey, we even took a game off them, but Stockton finds that one goal, and then especially to find the second one at the end of the game there just to lock things up. The Saints just got to try to find some way to spark that creativity and just maybe try to set up some kind of game plan player. Like, like football, you got to drop a play on the chalkboard, try to figure out something, because right now just Stockton's defense is a Rubik's Cube for them.
When you said the hockey assist, I'm like, wait a second, this isn't Northwood. There's no hockey on this team, but that hockey. Yeah, you're completely right in that regard. But of course, Game 5, of course, match point now here for Stockton to take the first set to be able to maybe get themselves the 4-1 would not only be fantastic in terms of getting themselves the win, but a 4-1, in case of a tiebreaker scenario, that would be hugely beneficial for them, having so many games left on the table.
Yeah, the Saints will be playing. If the Stockton's able to go at next series, although this series definitely not over yet. If they're able to
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Don't
if
get
they
me
go
wrong.
at next series and take a game or two, the Saints would be playing on borrowed time because they would have to either get, at minimum, they'd have to hold Stockton to one win if they are able to close out. But 3.5 minutes, Saints defense is going to hold up there. Kamal, luckily on that backline rotation, Stockton. Once again, though, we've said it 100 times, just living in the Saints end. Going to be a free shot toward the net. Bussy unable to get the touch there, and Top G's just not in position. And Kamal, great job on the demo. Just get this ball out now to the Saints.
One-on-one opportunity here. It is going to go in the favor of Stockton. It does drop back, but the Saints are so defensively minded right now. I don't know if they're boost starved or what, but they could not capitalize. Spoot's going to try and get the shot this time by, but once again, Top G's in the net. Basically kind of trading roles a little bit here with Warbean, to say the least, but now right back into the offensive side of things there for Top Cheese. One shot going to be stopped by Kamal. Bussy up in the skies, but Comp's going to meet him.
Yeah, and that's just how dangerous every member of Stockton is. You could think, oh, this person's on their backline rotation now, and immediately air dribble toward the net.
What a
Top
play!
Cheese, phenomenal job. Gonna air dribble that one all the way down Main Street. Get the bump for his trouble, and gonna bury that one in. You couldn't ask for a better goal if you're Stockton to start off Game 5.
I was going to say, that's a slow ball. You should be able to stop that. Not if you're faster than it and can body check the goalie before even taking the shot initially. Beautifully done there, and that is just a demoralizing
Yeah.
way if you're the goaltender there for Saints.
Especially knowing how hard goals have been to come by this series, only scoring I think 1 goal or 2 goals in one of the games and scoring 1 in the other. So offense has been very, very tough to find, and so far Stockton, they just seem to find that one, like I said, that one window, that one opening, and they've made St. Clair pay every single time. Kamal, a little bit of a misplay on top of the net there. Luckily going to be there for the clear, but Comp going to have to do the dirty work and get this one out of here now and prevent that lead from getting any larger, because if it does, Stockton's going to feel that one and they're going to send it.
Yeah, play like that. You say completely calculated. Oh, what a shot again.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness, big save actually. We were writing that one off, but Spoods, the drag race all the way down and is able to knock it off the post and make the save. Beautifully done.
Yeah, and if the Saints can somehow get a goal or bring back
No
in
way.
the series, we're going to point to that play as the play of the series possibly, because if Stockton gets a second goal there, I'm not sure if the Saints have enough offensive firepower to get that one back. Now Stockton, though, going to threaten back the other way. Great little job there by Kamal, get the touch with the bumper. Will be 50'd up by Stockton. Now Spood's going to be there for the air dribble, trying to find something. Going to hit the reset. Second little flick there, going to get a second and third touch. No members of the Saints there to follow, unfortunately. So they are pressing, they're getting some chances, but Stockton's still able to just keep that door shut.
They're definitely getting the chances. However, they don't think they're setting up good enough chances,
Yeah.
it seems like. Because the confidence just doesn't feel like it's there. They'll have one Saint going through, but then normally, if they're setting up a play of some sort, there would still be a Saint flying through even into the opposing net, just hoping that the shot would come through. But the Saints are playing like they aren't expecting their teammate to actually make a good opportunity.
Yeah, it's like right now, and I can understand it, especially against this team in this situation. You're playing more not to lose instead of playing to win at this point, because you know you're down 3-1. You can't really afford to make any more mistakes. You're already down 1-0 and only 58 seconds to play. So the Saints, at this point though, now you have to give everything you've got. You've got to honestly maybe put 3 on the offensive end and say screw it and try something. Long-range shot, almost going to go in there, but the Saints now, 45 seconds, I would just start to press the attack here.
Usually against any other team, there'd be one person like setting things up, or if they make one shot, there's somebody else flying through. But it's just not here right now, and unfortunately here for the Saints, had there been, of course, it's easier to say in retrospect, but I feel like there'd at least be a couple more shots on the net.
Yeah, that's why I think it's more credit to like good Stockton than St. Clair, like getting maybe 2 in their own heads, because Stockton, honestly, St. Clair has been trying to send the ball around and trying to cycle and get possession, but Stockton just, it's like there's 6 of them playing on the field at once. You just see a sea of blue everywhere, and you can't really get any space, and Spood's going to try to get one last shot here. 8 seconds to play. Now going to try to get the second touch. Is going to misfire. Comp is going to be there for the follow, trying to set it up over the middle. Will Kamal be there for the finish, but Top Cheese is going to knock that one away, and it looks more than likely Stockton is going to knock this ball down and knock St. Clair to the second series. Going to close it out 4-1 fashion. Now the Saints, they have an uphill battle to climb.
Absolutely. Unfortunately, like the series started pretty close, going 1-1, but something just kind of fell apart after that one overtime. I think in game would have been maybe game 3. We got game 2, but yeah, game 3's overtime. It just hit different.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just not able to really recover after that. You could tell they were. It was a mixture, of course, of maybe the Saints being a little bit frustrated, a little bit of confidence loss, but of course, by no means am I trying to discredit what Stockton University has been able to do. They have been absolutely clutch, to say the least. It looks like we are going to have ourselves a quick reboot, though. We are going to get ourselves a new server.
Yeah, a little quick refresh there,
So fair enough.
And I think the last game there, I think I saw the scoreboard before it went away. I think Top Cheese had all 5 shots for Stockton. No other members even had any shot attempts. So if you're St. Clair, that's the tough thing. Warbean was kind of the star of the show in the first couple games, but you knew Top Cheese and Bussy were waiting in the wings. And then by the end of the series, Top Cheese just completely taking over offensively, creating for others, getting that space, getting those insane off-angle shots that we're used to him making. And say St. Clair, their defense was phenomenal. So many games or so many teams, those games would not have been 1-0. But the Saints somehow able to hold on. Just they have to find some way to get that counterattack going, because Stockton, you might be able to find a hole. Stockton likes to play very, very aggressive. You can maybe find a chink in that armor, but they just have yet to do so.
Just unfortunately just could not quite do it individually.
Yeah.
If they are going to come back here in this second series, we need to see more passing. We need to see more just faith that your teammate is going to set it up for you.
Yeah.
Because it felt like, again, kind of I was talking about a little bit earlier, it felt like when they would go in, they expected their teammate to lose the ball.
Yeah.
That it was going to be cleared, that there was going to be no opportunity.
Yeah.
And then when, sure enough, multiple times it came through the center, it had very well any other team, this would have been smoked in.
Yeah.
Or at least on target.
No, that's actually an
And it just didn't
excellent
happen.
point. Yeah, we saw so many times where we were on the edge of our seat. We're like, oh my goodness, this is as good of a chance as there's going to be, and just only one orange car in the vicinity. And I'd say it's Stockton's defense, and yeah, a little bit maybe the confidence being a little bit shaken as well, and definitely understandable. Now, going to be into the second series, though. Stockton obviously took the first one, and the game tiebreaker being a thing, taking it in 5 games, going to be huge. Sengler going to try to draw first blood, but going to go off the crossbar, and Stockton now playing a little bit of defense.
Yeah, a good little start here is exactly what they need, and Comp again going to look for the individual play. Just was able to get through the crease, but could not quite find that final touch that he was looking for. A nice attempt nonetheless. Spoods ready and waiting. Top G's going to make the initial save off of Kamal, but the rebound was not quite in Spoods' direction.
So it's only been 30 seconds, but I think they've already had more offensive zone time than pretty much all of last game. Going to go bar down here and try to find the net there, but going to be kicked away. Top G's going to send that one far side. Now going to be played off by Comp there. Going to send it into the corner. Get a quick little bump on Top G's as well.
Good.
Maybe the Saints can find something, but fortunate bounce for Stockton. Going to go over the net, and now they're going to try to clear this one out, but the Saints doing such a good job of actually pressing the zone this time and keeping Stockton on that back foot.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the better starts you could have asked for outside of just finding the goal immediately.
Yeah.
So that being said, though, Stockton looking to turn this one around. Good little bump from Top Cheese and just mess up Comp's angle there. Pit maneuver him, why don't you? We have a shot going through, instantly blocked. I believe that was Spoods there with the initial save. Kamal does get the ball, gets the steal right off the backboard. Is anybody home? Not this time by. It's going to be cleared for Warbean. But then Saints are still in control, but just kind of stuck in the corner.
Spoods with a great little up and under there. Found a little bit of space, but Comp is going to be there to get the next shot. Bussy is going to shut the door now. Going to take it across midfield, try to make a play. Spoods is going to be there for the challenge. Ball's at a really good angle. Going to get kicked away. Top G's, that ball bordering on going in, but Top G's there to shut the door. Kamal, great far angle shot, unable to find the back of the net. Stockton's defense holding up in all ways, and once again coming across 3 back-to-back-to-back saves, and Stockton now looks a little bit of a reverse of the last series. Stockton living in the net, and St. Clair just can't find the back of it.
Yeah, did in that 1 minute break or whatever the players need, was it to find a reverse Uno card? Because they definitely have it going here for these first 2 minutes. It's just a matter if they can keep this up, but we're seeing once again just some solid offensive opportunities, but just something is just missing. And that time, unfortunately, there for Comp was just boost.
Yeah, great job by Bussy to get the air demo or air bump on Kamal. It's going to be able to find a shot on net, and it's going to somehow squeak in off the back of Spoods. So the bump comes through, the shot comes through, and unfortunately, a little bit of a sour roll if you're the Saints. Spoods definitely wanted to get a little more on it, but that second touch there from Bussy just enough to crawl that one in, and now Stockton picking up right where they left off in game 1, up 1-0 now.
I mean, credit to Bussy there, though. Like, he played it so slowly
Yep.
that it was going to force Spoods to make a move first. But he said, another opportunity, but again, the follow-up offense just not quite there. But again, for that first initial goal, like Spoods had the right idea. He made the first initial save, but after that, you're already committed to go in a certain direction. Nothing he could do there, but still so close, but not this time.
Yeah, Comp going to get very unfortunate bounce off the ceiling. Tried to go for the clear or maybe send it far side, but not going to get exactly what he wanted out of it. Just going to send it back toward his net. Yeah, kind of a weird bounce there off of Spoods' hood, and then Bussy once again there for his second of the game. And if you're St. Clair, the first minute of the game, you had to be feeling really, really good, but now you know how hard it is to score against this team, and now you've not spotted them 2 goals, but you've made it pretty easy for them to get on the board twice, so now it's going to be a very, very tough task.
It's just been solid capitalization there from the side of Stockton. We're going to see Comp take to the skies. This is his best opportunity. Comp stops, seals the deal, and we have ourselves a 1-goal game.
Exactly what St. Clair ordered. Comp doing it all himself, splitting the defense, going to beat all 3 defenders on that play, and nose down into the back of the net, no doubt about it. And now St. Clair, finally, you got one on the board. You got one relatively early as well. You got lots of time to play with still, but once again, consistency has been a hardship for them.
Oh, hang on a minute.
They got to find a way, but Spoods, great read there by Top G. Just patient, wait back for the touch, and kick that one away.
I thought that they were going to be able to answer that pretty quickly. That was so close, but good defense once again coming out here from Stockton, not giving that up, even though that was a very high-pressure situation.
Yeah.
Top Cheese in a perfect spot to redirect. He's going to try, but a big save from Kamal.
Yeah, great job there. St. Clair, I'll be truthful, they cannot afford to go down 2 goals with this much time left. I just don't know if they have it in them to score 2-3 goals against this team in such a short time span. So lots of time to work with. Still got a $1:33 on the clock, but Stockton once again going to threaten. Looks like Warbean and Top G trying to go for the bump in the shot, but not gonna go in. Spoods going to be there for the save. Bussy still got the challenge though. Is going to regain possession rather. Warbean is going to be there for the follow. Quick little touch to the side. Top G's going to try to cycle this one back out, but St. Clair once again got to get this ball out of the zone with this time left on the clock.
I Thankfully, Kamal was able to get it out for just a moment's time, go get some boosts as fast as possible. I'm going to redirect this. Top Cheese is right there, however, past the Bussy. He waits for it, and he's going to just carry it in.
Wow.
Top Cheese is going to get the thank you very much on that one, just getting a fender on it.
Yep.
But that all started after a fantastic pass and then the solid slow motion play from Bussy.
Yeah, great little how you doing from Bussy and Top Cheese. They're just back and forth. You can tell these two guys, they've worked with each other so long. The chemistry is just so on point. They know exactly where they're going to be. Bussy, great little dribble to get into the danger zone there, and then Top Cheese easily there for the follow. Once again, Stockton, that would have been an excellent shot on net for Bussy, but Comp is going to kick that one away. But now if you're St. Clair down to 50 seconds left, man, you've got to really dig deep, because as we said with the tiebreakers, you can't afford to let Stockton even take 2 games, or you will be losing that tiebreaker. So gotta dig deep now.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to probably go down saying this until like the day that I end up like passing. But how esports players say chemistry, it's just trust.
Yeah.
It has essentially nothing to do with chemistry, I feel like. There's no mystery to this. It's just trust. And right now, like this entire series, Stockton, you can tell, like they're always on the same page, because they know that their player's going to follow through.
Yeah.
Saints falling a little bit behind, better compared to the last couple games of the last series, but unfortunately, it's looking like there's still a little bit of work to do.
Yeah, and that's the problem. The Saints, this might be one of the better games they played the whole series, but the scoreboard, those couple mistakes, those couple little small tweaks that Stockton either makes, so they find those windows, and all of a sudden, you find yourself down 3-1, and now down 1-0 in the second best of 7. So St. Clair gonna have to pull off a pseudo reverse sweep to try to win the tiebreaker, but they're gonna have to win this thing out 4-1 if they want to keep their hopes alive.
Yeah, shots this time by, holy smokes, there was a lot of them to say the least. Here, 16 for the Saints, and then only 8 for the side of Stockton. So like they came out swinging, especially that, I think that first half or so.
Yeah.
It looked really good. They got themselves one on the board. Of course, Comp getting a little bit of a solo effort there, thinking that classic top of the crease knockdown work for him, which definitely a feel-good moment in its own right.
Yeah.
But just Stockton is playing so well right now. Again, it's not that the Saints are playing bad here.
Say 16 shots, I mean, that's the frustrating thing. What do you say?
I cannot say they're playing bad if you're getting 16 shots.
Yeah,
that's
like,
nuts.
What do you say if you put out, it's like when you 50, 60 shots on a goalie in hockey and he shuts you out. It's like, well, at some point,
someone was a standout.
Yeah, at some point you tip your cap and say, good one, sir, on to the next. And St. Clair at this point, can't be tipping your cap too many more times. Stockton, say, knocking on the door of owning that tiebreaker and going to be owning the second series as well. So St. Clair got to find a way to now dig out of this hole, but Stockton, once again, not going to give him any time to breathe.
Yep.
And 11 seconds in, Top Cheese and Warbean going to make life hell for the Saints.
Absolutely. The slow motion plays here, making the Saints move first. As soon as Comp jumped, that was Warbean's opportunity to go. But again, the Saints' hand were forced. The goaltender oftentimes has to make that first move. Yep. And a little bit of the attacker's advantage of sorts here in Rocket League. We may not necessarily have attack and defense here, but some of the same things do apply. Yeah,
you can see it's like a weight on the defense when the offense is living there. You can just feel them getting slowed down and weighed down, trying to make a play, usually not having a lot of boost. Top Cheese, once again, solo effort, gonna try to dunk that one in off the crossbar. No one's there for the follow. Actually, Bussy is gonna be there in the end, and he will end up burying that one. So Stockton looking to try to run away with game 2 now. They seem to have figured out St. Clair's defense, but a lot of time left. But if you're St. Clair, man, this is the fastest Stockton's gotten to 2 the whole series. You got to be kicking yourself a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of like resource starved. Like the Saints just weren't quite able to get there in the nick of time there, and then just solid positioning made it difficult for Kamal, who saw him flying through, but just could not get to the right spot in that moment. So Stockton, once again, just showing exactly why they got second in Worlds last semester. I mean, I feel like I say that a lot, but at the same time, just to show how good they are.
Yeah, we got to throw a little caveat in there every single opportunity, especially we see how well they're playing. I mean, this is clearly the same team. They deserve to be in this ranking. The undefeated record doesn't surprise anyone. Obviously, one of the best teams in collegiate in the entire world. So St. Clair, they've been hanging in there with them for a lot of these games. So it's just Stockton is just punishing every little thing that St. Clair does wrong. Even if they don't even do it wrong, Stockton is creating those issues for St. Clair. But Spoods, little solo effort there, going to get a decent little shot on that off the comp demo, but ball going to go back toward the Saints end. They're going to have to try to regroup because Stockton is headhunting for this.
Yeah, and that's why I do want to clarify. When I'm saying all of these things about trust and yada yada, that's not me trying to insult the Saints. The fact that they're going shot for shot and keeping this close to Stockton, who we know is already a good squad, is amazing in its own right. It's just a subtle analysis. I'm trying to provide, not trying to insult anybody, but as we see now, just a little over 3 minutes to go here. still a little bit of time for the Saints to try and make something happen. However, Top Cheese is looking to put number 3 on the board.
Yeah, and looks like he will do so, actually. Going to find his first of the game. Bussy getting the other 2. Top Cheese being involved in every single goal this game so far in Stockton. Just starting to have their way with the Saints, just finding every way to Sunday to get it done. In St. Clair, just licking their chops right now. They got to find some way to get back in this game and in this series, because time not on their side so far. Stockton off the kickoff here, gonna knock it into the Saints end. Kamal gonna be there to try to play it off the corner. Warbean is gonna be lurking in the wings. Will be kicked away by Comp towards center. Top Cheese there for the follow, gonna be there for the second touch as well. Now Warbean, double demo is gonna come through in the mid area. Warbean sitting back near the Saints net, trying to get the bump in the setup there, but nothing to be found so far off that last goal.
Right back into the Saints zone. We're going to see maybe something happen here. The clear does not quite go just at once again. Stockton have the answers. Good save from Spoots, however. Able to stop that one. Warbean nearly finding the top right corner that time by. But with half the game to go still, it's very difficult. Let's see. I don't know if these are fakes or if these are whiffs, which the way that they've been playing this one out.
I say they say pros don't fake, but the way Stockton's manipulating this ball, I would definitely say they're trying to fake either that drop back pass or try to just, it's like just give a little Hanson, a little smoke screen to try to wait for one of their teammates to come up behind him. And then now we're going to see hit toward the middle though. Warbean is going to play it. Great challenge by Kamal off the nose there. Spoots is going to be there for the chip shot. Will he find the back of the net though? Will get knocked down for the time being. Comp going to try to find the double touch off the backboard.
That was so close.
Kicked away by Busty, so Comp with an excellent shot once again going for the dunk, but Stockton there to answer the call.
And good on Stockton to get there because we know Comp is so good right at that exact spot.
Yeah.
Scored earlier today, of course, off of that initial breakouts, but just could not make it happen that time by. Was completely covered by Stockton, so good on them on that regard. Minute 40 or so left to go. Pop fly. The Saints need something relatively quickly to at least kind of get the juices flowing here. You do see Comp actually looking to be that person, gets the shot on target, but Warbean with the save.
Yeah, a couple bumps in the net there, trying to clear some space out for Comp to get the shot off, but now Spood's going to get played out. Challenge is going to be there. Bump is going to come through for Kamal. Spoods, unfortunately, going to knock it back toward the defensive end there. Kamal going to be there trying to read it off the wall. Top G's going to be there for the shot. Kamal is going to make that kick save to the right end there. Going to try to play it off the mid now. Top Cheese is there waiting for it. Bussy and Top Cheese going to collide in midair. Comp going to get the demo on Bussy as well. Now Spoods going to be there for the chip shot. Warbean is going to be there for the save. So Stockton once again just trying to eat this clock up and try to keep the Saints off the scoreboard.
Yeah, a minute to go here. A couple more opportunities here for the Saints to try to tie this one up. Otherwise, yeah, going down 2-0 in this best of 7 is going to be just adding just that extra little bit more pressure, which I know the Saints aren't going to be feeling too happy.
You don't need any more of that this series.
Because unfortunately for them, they just haven't quite felt that high of momentum since game 2 of the first series.
Which seems like ages ago at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see Top Cheese make another opportunity here. We're seeing, once again, solid defense from the Saints. Just cannot quite turn this one around here. Going to go right back into the Stockton zone. Try and muster something here in these last 30 seconds.
Yeah, despite the 3 goals being on the board, I am not going to prioritize or focus on my defensive game planning if I'm the Saints. I think, hey, we've got that pretty well locked down. This is a very high-octane team when they get going, and the Saints have shut the door on 85-90% of their attempts. Great little second touch there from Bussy. Going to go toward the net. Kamal going to be there for the save, but with just 7 seconds left, Stockton will end up walking away with game 2. It'll be 3-0 or 3-1. We will have to find out. The Saints maybe get one more shot here for a little bit of momentum, but
almost.
Stockton gonna say no for you, gonna shut the door there, and the Saints gonna get shut out in game 2, and now they have a lot of work to do to climb back in this U22 Rocket League series.
Yep, the pressure is definitely on once again. Shots this time by 8 for the Saints and 8 for
apiece.
Stockton. So again, close games. Just unfortunately here for the Saints, the Stockton side of things have just been able to find those holes, and even if they're a little bit scrappy, they're making it work here. This that last game did feel a little bit better, at least I feel like they're around the middle.
Yeah.
They had shots, they're getting their opportunities. It's just unfortunately not quite resulting on the scoreboard.
And I think Stockton had 7 saves on the Saints' 8 shots, so definitely frustrating when you feel like we finally got a lot of scoring chances. We peppered the net the last 2 games. We had 15 shots to 1 game, only found the net I think 1 time, if at all. We had 7 of our shots out of 8 saved last game. They're finding the scoring chances, they're finding these windows, but Stockton's just doing such a good job of answering, reading it, and just being there for the easy fundamental play. In the Saints, you got to pull a rabbit out of your hat, honestly, at this point, because Stockton looks like they're not going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, thankfully the best of 7 style does allow for a lot of downloading, a lot of adjustments. As we do see Kamal, holy smokes, he pulled that off beautifully.
Yeah, looked very, very unlikely, but Kamal with a great little touch there, up toward the ceiling. I didn't even need the flick reset, just a little bit of a fake in the underneath pinch, and gonna win the battle with Warbean there in front of the net. And St. Clair, exactly the start you needed, but now a whole world's worth of time left. You have to make sure you're able to either control this clock or put 2-3 more goals on the board. I don't think one's gonna cut it.
And just good on Kamal there for not giving up after the initial shot was squandered. Just charged the goalie. Warbean was in position for it, but the 50-50 did not go Warbean's way.
Yeah.
It went right to Kamal and went right through him. So Saints are going to be able to capitalize on that after that big play. And maybe we can finally see a little handoff there from Spoods over to Kamal, nearly getting it back to Comp. Could be his opportunity to strike here. It's still kind of loose above the nets. But again, the Saints are just not even boost starved. They're just waiting for their opportunity to strike. They tried the slow play. Didn't quite work right now, but they still have possession.
Now they're like a cobra, just coiling up, waiting for the right moment. They're just unable to find the window, but Comp is going to get a great little challenge, and the Saints so far have done such a good job of cycling that ball from the corner to the middle, back to the corner, trying to find those scoring chances, trying to get everyone open to get some creativity going. But Stockton only giving up the 1 goal so far. We are a minute and a half through. Spood's going to be there for the play out of the net, going to go for that corner boost. We'll get it. Stockton, though, is threatening. Top Cheese going to try to find the underneath. Ball's going to be hung up. Top Cheese still with it, still has possession, but going to be kicked away for the time being. Off the crossbar. Stockton all over the Saints net, and hopefully they can finally breathe once this ball gets out.
Yeah, there we go. Comp has control for at least a second. It's going to go right down to his teammate, so it is safe for at least a time being. Got to worry about Bussy here, though, coming on through. It's going to be cleared eventually, though. Warbean's going to have to collect this right back into the Stockton zone. That's Kamal going to get bumped for his trouble. It's going to force Top Cheese to kind of start from scratch here on a play. Good little pass there from Comp over to Kamal. Looks for the pinch. Decent speed off of it, but just not going to quite find the target, but they still have possession.
Yeah, this has been the best consistent. I don't even want to jinx it. I don't want to say the Saints have been consistently good, and just as I open my mouth, Stockton back the other way. Top Cheese to Bussy, and they're going to find the equalizer. Fantastic bump there by Bussy. Clear out and then stick it in the net there. And now all evened up at ones, and St. Clair, all that work they had to do to get the first goal. Stockton, they get it back, and still a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, Bussy just doing his Sean Avery impression, right? We mentioned that in the last cast for Aquinas. That was basically the kind of play, like completely destroy somebody off the field and then just go take the shot yourself and score and just make everybody salty.
Yeah, and see, if you're St. Clair, that's the tough thing. You felt like you did such a good job. They played almost a flawless first half of the game, and Stockton literally, ball goes down to Saints end one time, and they capitalized instantly in Top Cheese. Threatening again, gonna get the shot there. Spood's gonna knock that one away. This
Holy
one
smokes.
might be on target actually, and
Wow.
it will be. Spood's gonna get the save, and then the follow in St. Clair, just like that, 2-1 with 3 2s left on the clock there.
Yeah, Spood's going to find the scrappy one. What a shot off the left wall. Just completely angled that perfectly, and there was no chance that the Stockton University squad could have made it back there in time. I don't care how much boost you have, those engines only go so fast.
Yeah, Spood's great job there to read. Kamal might be able to find a third there, but just didn't have quite enough boost to follow. But 3 members of the Saints kind of clumped up in that left corner. Kamal is going to be on that backline rotation. Top Cheese trying to set something up over the corner. Spoods and Kamal going to be waiting in the wings. Spoods going to be there for the touch, trying to get the follow here. Is going to avoid Bussy in the mid area. Warbean going to find the demo on Spoods though. Now trying to threaten over the middle. Warbean trying to find something. Kamal is going to be there for the challenge. So now Stockton, you can tell they want to get that one back.
Saints looking for that insurance policy here. Lots of boost in the tank here for Comp. Going to get it stolen though. Good play there from the side of Warbean to get Top Cheese in the corner. Bussy looking for the shot. The good block from Spoods, however. Now Comp gets his chance to strike. Doesn't have much, but can he find the touch? Not quite.
Just a little bit too much boost, I think there is. He had to take a little bit off, but he was trying to rush that because he knew Stockton. You know Stockton.
They were
that
charging.
ball's in your end for 2 seconds. Yeah, you already know you have 2 seconds to make that play, or otherwise there's going to be a blue car interfering with you the second you get down there. And now Spood's going to try to win a 50 with Bussy. Say almost a rule one there. I haven't seen one in a while. I was hoping maybe we could get a lock up there, but nothing on the wall so far. Top Cheese going to maybe wait for a teammate to play that one, but going to be touched up by Spoods. Now Comp's going to be there in the middle. Got a little bit of boost to play with, but Bussy there for the interception, and now 2v1 in front of the net. Kamal somehow going to shut the door. Second attempt though. Kamal just couldn't get back for the second save there, and Top Cheese going to even this one up at 2s, and 65 seconds remaining. It's going to come down to the wire.
And Kamal with the initial save right on target, but the fact that Top Cheese, he initially looked like he was shooting high, but just changed the angle of his car last possible second to knock it low. And again, goaltender's already committed at that point. Yeah. We have ourselves a tie game once again with a minute left to go in game 3.
Yeah, and Stockton wasting no time right back in St. Clair's end, although Spoods now maybe can start something on the breakout. Still got a little bit of boost to play with. Going to try to hit the reset. One of his teammates, Comp, in the wings there trying to follow, but Stockton is going to come away with the challenge. Now Kamal going for the challenge. Bussy will end up beating him. Gonna set the pinch off. Warbean gonna go back to Bussy. Maybe try to find the third touch. Top Cheese gonna come out of
my
nowhere.
goodness,
Demo
Comp.
and a save come through. Comp possibly saving the game and the series there. And now back the other way in the offensive end. But Stockton there to challenge. And both teams, you can tell, they are hunting for this goal before OT.
Yeah, Comp just saved the game here in this one for game 3, but now they need to get on the board. The double demo is a good opportunity to get something started. Resets off the roof, but he's not going to be able to get there. No more boost.
He's going to get another demo, though. The Saints maybe can find a
Big
window
shot.
here. Comp with a good shot on net. Warbean is going to turn that one away. Now Kamal, lots of boost to play with. Going to try to maybe wait for the breakup, but Top G's no room to breathe. Just on his neck immediately for the challenge. And now Spood's going to get the quick touch. Top G's would have had a pretty good crack at the net there, but does get denied in the midfield. Now St. Clair maybe can set up something for one last attempt. Comp, a little bit of boost to play with. He actually will get demoed, so maybe Stockton will try to touch this one down. Still in front of their net, though. Now Spoods is going to try to make a play. St. Clair, they're going to try to go for this one, but a great little bump there on Comp, but ball still some touchdown, and overtime we go for game 3.
Yeah, Stockton that time was just committed of trying to get that ball to hit the floor. Just, never mind the ball, let's just bump everybody out of the way to make sure we can reset this. And sure enough, Top Cheese right off the face-off tries to get his way over into the Saints crease. Going to be interfered with for just the time being. It's going to be Bussy versus Comp. Comp is going to get there, so going to put it off the zone backboard and get it cleared out. So it looks a little bit scuffed. Essentially off the start there, a little scary, but Comp was able to clear it.
Yeah, Stockton giving St. Wow, very, very risky play. Kamal didn't have a lot of boost, but going to knock that one off the post now. Going to be over the midfield. He's got 0 boost to play with. Top Cheese is going to beat him to the ball. They're going to win the challenge now. Going to go for the follow in the corner. No, he knows he has teammates over the middle, but great challenge there by, I believe it was Spoods. Comp is going to get demoed. Now Spoods once again going to play it toward the middle. Top Cheese going to be there for the stop. A lot of boost to play with too, and Warbean going to keep this pinching. And this middle line, Stockton has drawn a line in the sand at midfield, and they will not cross it.
Absolutely. See another attempt to the crease. It is going to be pushed aside for a moment's time. Now a little breakout opportunity here for the Saints. Kamal, I believe, nearly finding that. Comp sending it forward, but not quite going to get a contact. 2-on-1, and he's headhunting the goalie. He had all day to get there!
Bussy was chasing one. I can't know who was in net. Bussy was chasing him all around like it was Tom and Jerry. Just chasing Spoods all over the backboard. Knocks him out of the way, and Top Cheese. It doesn't get any easier than that. Bussy and Top Cheese once again going to hook up, and now St. Clair, you have Mount Everest to climb, being down 3-0. The tiebreaker already out of the window now, but just now you got to try to come back and win this series and try to maximize the opportunity.
I mean, I'll give, say good on the Saints there because they did not have very many opportunities to even bring this to an overtime type of style. They only had the 4 shots compared to 11 on the side of Stockton.
Yeah.
And then I can't even fault whomever it was in net there at the very end during that overtime for Saints. I can't fault you in the slightest. We could see you're fighting for it, but Bussy was just right there. Again, I made the joke earlier in the season and a few times that like goaltender interference, there's no penalties here. It's encouraged, and he's just playing that enforcer role so good, and it just let Top Cheese just walk right on in there. Just found one opportunity, but they capitalized, and now this is looking like the opportunity for the 4-0 sweep, and the Saints can start a reversal.
Yeah, poor Spoods. He was fighting for the ball and for his life. Bussy
Essentially,
was a heat-seeking missile, not a car on that last play. So just credit to Stockton. That's just a beautiful play and setup, and that's just something. So you can't teach that. You have to trust in your teammates. You know, I'm gonna directly I'm not even gonna look at the ball. I'm gonna totally focus the goalie. Top Cheese, just bring this thing up and put it home. And Stockton able to do so. And now St. Clair just got to try to find anything. You're going to take all those fluky goals. You guys got to put everything on the table now, lay it all out there, and just try to get out there and have an exciting game and try to slowly climb your way back in the series one at a time.
4 minutes, 20 seconds left still. I'm counting the time because I'm just nervous at this point here.
Yeah.
Yes, game 4 just started. What am I doing counting the time? But it's just, we know the Saints are kind of stuck in the hot seat as of this moment here. Like, sure, they've found themselves a good couple of goals, but I don't know if the momentum's in their favor right now as we see Bussy. He was going to try and score that on his roof. Yeah, Stockton busting out all the tricks right now, all the mechanical prowess being shown off in this series, especially as we get into the latter stages here. And now Kamal going to play it up.
Nice
Maybe
try
try
to find Spoods. Great little touch off the wall there. Going to go off the crossbar though, so that's one of the passing plays we'd love to see out of St. Clair. Just easy setup, middle to the wall, and we saw the Saints were living off that left wall the last couple series. Obviously, Stockton definitely probably did some scouting, and they're trying to take that away, but that's exactly the kind of play we need to see more of if they're going to win these games. Yeah, there's been a lot more passing so far here in game number 4. Good little pass over to Comp. Did end up with a shot opportunity. Was pushed aside, however. We have another shot. Rebound is going to be completely exposed, to say the least here, as Top Cheese just finds the pass from Bussy and capitalizes. Bussy going to hit Kamal, little stop and go there, send him running up to the wall, and then Top Cheese just there for the follow. 2 Saints buried way too far in the net, but once again, just Bussy, that quick little hitch on Kamal, able to stop the ankles for a second there, and just once again, you give them an inch, they're going to take a mile. One little mistake from one defender, and just like that, back of the net. And now St. Clair, once again, down in the game, but they are going to find the answer immediately. Kamal and Comp and Kamal are going to hook up on that one. Fantastic job to just get that one back quick, fast, in a hurry. And now Saints, they've got a little bit of life in them in this game 4.
Yeah, may have hit the crossbar, but sometimes the post can act like your teammate, even on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah.
So good on the Saints to capitalize there. Good pass from Comp, and they actually are tying this up once again. Maybe stopping some of that bad mojo and able to get this thing, maybe get a game on the board at this rate.
Especially with the 2 plays back-to-back, just 2 excellent passing plays based on the situation. The Saints
It's good to see.
Yeah, exactly. We saw so much of it the last week and a half through was against Aquinas or the other schools, and then Stockton obviously just doing such a good job of completely neutralizing it to this point. But St. Clair, maybe a little bit of momentum now, although you don't want Stockton to get it right back. And who but Bussy, nobody else, just going to shove the knife in the Saints once again, and 2-1 with 2:56 to play. And if you're St. Clair, man, that has to hurt.
Yeah, again, just wait for the goaltender to make the move, or you just go so far, because even in that case there, I think those Spoods in net, you're so far in to the point where if there is any sort of redirection, you can't react.
Yeah, it's already too late.
Again, got a piece of it, but there's only so much you can do. Breakaways are just so scary to try and deal with.
Yeah, especially with players that as good as we know Stockton is. Every one of these players definitely take advantage of the 1v1. Say, the goalie definitely at a disadvantage against these players, tenfold. And once again, though, Warby is going to challenge the goal line there. So Saints, got to try to find some way to get those passing plays going again, cycle this ball to the far end, try to find something over the middle, because right now Stockton, if they're heating up like this, St. Clair's going to be in for a long rest of the game. And Stockton once again going to threaten, and who else but Bussy once more, his second of the day. Similar fashion to the first one, just a little bit of a different setup. Warbean, great little chip there off the ceiling, and Bussy, just like you said, just stop and go, take slow possession, and just cradle that one into the left side.
Man, I would feel so sad, and I feel so bad right now for Spoons, because he is finding these first saves over and over and over again, but there's nothing you could do about finding all of these rebounds. The backup just unfortunately not quite here those last couple of opportunities, and that's why we have ourselves a 2-goal lead, or not the 2-goal lead, the 2-goal deficit rather. Granted, still plenty of time to make things work. We know Kamal has the 1 goal already here in this one, looking to turn this one around and maybe get this within 1, but again, Stockton, they don't stop.
Yeah, and then that's that tricky part. You want to try to catch Stockton on the counterattack, because that's when you might find your best window, but you got to start maybe double committing or possibly triple committing on the offensive end in some points if you're the Saints, because the way Stockton's defense has been, the Saints had to fully commit to offense to score a majority of their goals, and right now, you're not going to win that game by playing off the back foot. Kamal is trying to make something happen. They got it to the goal line. Great dig there by Comp, but Stockton just 2 members there in the net, able to shut the door and try to hold on to this lead with just a minute and a half left.
Yeah, very good opportunity, but still very scary here for the Saints. Almost a minute left here in this game. Comp is there. Demo is there. There's as good chance as any, but the bounce was very awkward through the crease. That was definitely hard to try and get a hold of.
Yeah.
It's going to be up to Kamal to try and keep this in, but with no boost, you're not going to get there in time.
Yeah, without the Stockton touch, Comp was expecting it to go elsewhere, and back the other way. Counterattack they go. Warbean gonna find the 4th of the game for Stockton off the pass from Top Cheese, off of the ceiling, and now if you're St. Clair, that's a great little pinch play. Spoods was ready for the Top Cheese shot, but that little redirect threw him off, and Stockton just making it look easy with some of these goals, but just such high prowess. Nothing can't be overstated.
I mean, like, Top Cheese took that shot, and if I'm Warbean, I'm saying that was completely calculated,
Yeah,
right?
of
But at
course.
the same time, he was rolling left, so it
Yeah.
actually kind of looked calculated. Just beautifully done. They got their angles locked down pat to find themselves, like, to be offensively dangerous in these most random situations.
Yeah, that's the thing. The counterattack is crazy for both of these teams. How quickly the tables can turn. You go from peeling St. Clair out of your back end to immediately 2 touches and the ball's in the back of the net, and Stockton has done a really good job of that the entire series. And now St. Clair, 40 seconds left, down 4-1. You got to start throwing caution to the wind. Throw everybody at the ball. Just try to make anything happen, because Stockton right now just trying to play pop fly with this one to kill this clock, and understandably so.
Yeah, it's full send time at this point here. Just looking for any sort of hole and just charging regardless of how fancy it is. But even with that, Stockton's been denying that kind of play this entire game, because unfortunately that's kind of the Saints' game plan. They've not been able to really play their game. They finally get a little bit of a glimpse of it there. A nice little pass over. The shot is going to go high, but the attempt was proper. But 10 seconds left. This is going to fade on through. The Saints' HUE Fest run is more than likely, anyway, going to come to a close here. But at the same time, I can't even necessarily even be mad. Stockton, fantastic school in their own right. And Saints held their own. but gonna fall short today.
Yeah, and say unfortunately for the Saints, they put together a phenomenal back-to-back set of series. They played honestly extremely well, despite the fact it was 4-1 and 4-0. They did such a good job on the defensive end. I think, yeah, the one game they had like 10 plus saves. The one game they had 15, 16 shots, couldn't find a way to get it done. Just Stockton proving they are the better team right now. Say they were just finished a little bit higher above us at Worlds, so not the most surprising outcome of all, but I was really happy with how they played, but obviously would have liked a different outcome.
And it was just unfortunate we didn't really get to see them play their game.
Yeah.
Like, even when we look into the last matchup versus Aquinas, it was like, sure, you had a little bit of extra like leeway because some of the players were having a harder time challenging you in the sky.
Yeah.
So sure, you had a little bit more opportunity for solo plays. But I feel like there wasn't necessarily even a lot of solo plays. They never got to get their passing game going. And whether it was just because of a couple of shots that still weren't quite working, maybe a little panic, a little bit of nerves, just knowing that it was Stockton, because I mean, this is possible too, right? You know that your opponent is like very, very strong, and you inadvertently change your play style to not lose instead of play your game and go for the win. Because even just across the board, unfortunately, whether it was just like whiffed aerials or no passes, and there was a few glimpses maybe near the end where we started seeing the traditional style of chase their goalie and try to set things up that way. It didn't really come out, and except for maybe small little bursts, but not consistently. And it just unfortunately kind of bit them a little bit here today. Going to give Stockton the win with 2 best-of-7 wins.
Yeah, we saw one of the goals. Comp just got a bad angle off the ceiling, unlucky. Just ball bounces right onto Bussey's hood, able to knock that one in. So Stockton,
there was a lot of that to be fair.
Yeah, Stockton, but that's the mark of a good team when you're able to make those crazy mechanical plays, take what's given to you, and then also take a little more from the other team. And you could very much see that St. Clair, even if they wanted to play that aggressive style early, because I mean the first series it was 1-1 at one point, so St. Clair clearly felt like they were in the series and they played competitively the whole time. But just Stockton, just that's how you can tell the mark of a truly great team. Just you find ways to win even when they don't seem like they're there at the time, and Stockton just able to put together say 6 or 7 consecutive wins there and knock St. Clair out of HUE 22.
Yeah, exactly. Just they had some sick plays for themselves, but of course were able to capitalize on the scrambles as well, which just made things very difficult. And there was a lot of times, especially the later this set went on, where it did feel like it was Saints goaltender 1-on-2 or 1-on-1. And that's such, well, if in theory it's a 50-50, but I still feel like that's attacker favored, right? Because you just wait for them, and you just, like, probability wise, statistically, they just made things so difficult. And it was just probably due to a lack of confidence at the start, and you can kind of tell the trust or the synergy that was just quite like not there. And it's not that these players haven't played with each other a lot, they absolutely do, but just Stockton played out of their mind. Yeah,
St. Clair definitely gave their all. The defensive output, say if they end up winning those games, that one save Spoons made, there was lots of players where you could point and be like, this is defensive play of the year. But unfortunately, if you can't get the offense going, everyone's going to forget about those great defensive plays. With the fact you had 10 plus saves in 1 or 2 games, it just kind of gets, thrown to the wayside. So great job by St. Clair. Say finally accepting their first set of losses in HUE 22. Unfortunately, they had another team that was also very dangerous. They ran into Stockton being an absolute titan of Collegiate Rocket League. So great run by the Saints overall, and obviously credit to Stockton. They're going to move on to top 8.
Yeah, absolutely. At the end of the day, still, like, Saints play their absolute heart out. It's like, I would definitely do no better in their situations. I would crumble in fear and probably need a change of pants. But with Stockton just being as strong as they were, they just could not quite keep up on the score side of things. But with that, that is not going to be the end of HUE Fest action as a whole. For Rocket League, that is going to be it. And it should, in theory, assuming there's no sorts of shenanigans, which, let's be honest, I am going to hang on and hold my tongue there because you absolutely never know here. But it should be Stockton moving on to LAN. That being said, though, second in the group, if that is the case, is still no slouch, no bad effort in its own right. But there is still more League of Legends happening tomorrow, as they do play up against SUNY Buffalo for the second time. There's one best-of-3 set going to be happening at 3 o'clock. An awkwardly early game, to say the least.
We will take those.
Absolutely going to take those, yeah. So looking forward to that matchup nonetheless. But before we do close out, any final thoughts in regards to this matchup?
No, just such a good run by the Saints, and obviously hurts to see him go, but if you're going to lose to anyone, losing to the one team that finished ahead of you in Worlds,
I can't be mad.
Yeah, if there's any loss, you're not going to hang on the boy, especially how competitive they played in 90% of that series. I mean, a couple bounces go your way, maybe you even up the series or you have a little tighter, but honestly, can't really hang your hat losing to Stockton like
Absolutely. Well fought nonetheless. Congratulations to Stockton, but again, well fought to the Saints. That being said, we shall close things out for tonight until we see you again for League of Legends at 3 o'clock. Thank you all for tuning in, supporting your family members, friends, classmates, whomever it may be, and just making their esports streams happen. We're here for the students at the end of the day, and whether it's on the field or in the broadcast booth. So thank you all once again, and we will see you tomorrow.
Will get denied by Kamal, though, so good little outbreak from Stockton, and St. Clair just there to close the door.
Yeah, Kamal going to be the defensive powerhouse to start this one off, it does look like. But of course, how many times this season have we seen him pick the ball up from his own crease and just fly it all the way across? That being said, Top Cheese going to find the first goal here after a fantastic... The Stockton zone, now all the way back into the Saints zone. We have Top Cheese maybe looking for a little bit of extra insurance here. Getting one more goal right now would make things extremely difficult, of course, here for the Saints, and it's just kind of a pop fly in their zone. It's a little slow so far for the Saints.
Yeah, great little side pass there. Gonna shoot far left side.
Wow.
Excellent give and go by Stockton.
Well, and now with this 2-goal deficit, the Saints are in a world of hurt to start off this best of 7.
Yeah, this is definitely, normally you wouldn't say it's like, you can't come back from 2-0 with this much time left, but we know how good Stockton is. We've already seen the pressure they're putting on the Saints, and honestly, Stockton just looks like they're still in form.
Goodness.
Phenomenal touch again. There for the play. Great little second touch, and a third as well. Will be able to find anything? Not that time, but great job to keep that ball buried in the Saints end. Now Bussy just trying to get the fake out on Spood's call. Is going to be there for the touch, but Warbeen once again there to shut the door on the net and say Stockton. The defense is just so sound right now. It's both teams just trying to finally break through, and Spoods will finally. Warbeen not going to be able to come through with the shot, so the Saints got to be very, very careful. Just 20 seconds left to try to close out game 2.
Did it start raining on the field or something? We've seen like a collective of like 3 whiffs within 30 seconds. I have not seen a little interaction like that in a good little while. Oh, 10 seconds left. Plenty of time, and Top Cheese.
So Kamal going to try to go under for the pinch. Not a lot of boost left, so it looks like Stockton will take control here. Warbeen going to take it over mid, set up a teammate. Top Cheese there for the shot, but great job by Cop to come across and make the save.
Spoods is right there as well.
Yeah.
That had me nervous there for a second, then maybe bumped away, but what a bounce off the post as well. Comp, though, is going to at least get this up. We see Warbeen now just on a warpath here, essentially, just demoing multiple members of the Saints.
Yeah, say the one saving grace they had was that the Saints, I think, had one person demoed back-to-back, so even though it didn't really have the boost advantage, they had the numbers advantage, and that'll be a great little flick from Top Cheese. He has just been painting targets all over the net. Ball's going to land on the goal line. It will get kicked off by Spood. Wow.
With 30 seconds left, this is a long drive. It's on target, but it is going to be Bussy. Stop that.
That was a fantastic pinch by, I think it was Kamal. Now he's going to play it up toward the net as well. I think Spoods or Comp might be back in the mid to play it. Bussy is going to be there for the 50. He's going to win it as well. Ball going down here, creating the crossbar. Going to be kicked away, but Stockton still challenging. Comp's going to save the... Going to be there trying to get the 50. Spoods will gain control so far. Warbeen lurking underneath him. Going to be there to try to play it possibly, but we'll leave it for Bussy. Going to try to knock it up here. Kamal will be there for the challenge, but once again, Stockton threatening, and they are just peppering the Saints net. The Saints have to find some way to get this pressure unloaded.
His demo, though, is going to be...
They kept them in the game, but Stockton's offense just too relentless. You have to find some countermeasure to, stifle it.
And the momentum has not been on the Saints' side here to start this one off after the first goal. You can see them scrambling, maybe just ever so slightly, but looking to maybe change that. Offensive opportunity, shot's going to go high. Rebound, however, big save from Top Cheese. 15 seconds or so left to go here. 1 or 2 more offensive opportunities for the Saints to try and tie this one up, but the way it's looking, it's going to be Top Cheese nearly finding the shot, but as time ticks down, Saints need something fast.
Yeah, they're going to need a miracle at this point. 3 seconds left, ball's buried in their zone. Looks like they don't have a lot of boost. Going to be 1 second left, and it's going to be a great...
Warbeen, to say the least, but now right back into the offensive side of things there for Top Cheese. One shot going to be stopped by Kamal. Bussy up in the skies, but Comp's going to meet him.
Yeah, and that's just how dangerous every member of Stockton is. You could think, oh, this person's on their backline rotation now, and immediately air dribble toward the net.
What a
Top
play!
Cheese, phenomenal job. Gonna air dribble. St. Clair pay every single time. Kamal, a little bit of a misplay on top of the net there. Luckily gonna be there for the clear, but Comp gonna have to do the dirty work and get this one out of here now and prevent that lead from getting any larger, because if it does, Stockton's gonna feel that one and they're gonna send it.
Yeah, play like that, you say completely calculated. What a shot again. Oh my goodness, big save actually. 2 minutes. It's just a matter if they can keep this up, but we're seeing once again just some solid offensive opportunities, but just something is just missing. And that time, unfortunately, there for Comp was just boost.
Yeah, great job by Bus to get the air demo or air bump on Kamal. Is going to be able to find a shot on net, and it's going to somehow squeak in off the back of Spooch. So the first minute of the game, you had to be feeling really, really good, but now you know how hard it is to score against this team, and now you've not spotted them 2 goals, but you've made it pretty easy for them to get on the board twice, so now it's going to be a very, very tough task.
It's just been solid capitalization there from the side of Stockton. We're going to see Comp take to the skies. This is his best opportunity. Comp stops!
Finding these windows, but Stockton's just doing such a good job of answering, reading it, and just being there for the easy fundamental play. In the Saints, you got to pull a rabbit out of your hat, honestly, at this point, because Stockton looks like they're not going to slow down anytime soon.
Yeah, thankfully the best of 7 style does allow for a lot of downloading, a lot of adjustments. As we do see Kamal, holy smokes, he pulled that off before. This make everybody salty.
Yeah, and see, if you're saying, Claire, that's the tough thing. You felt like you did such a good job. They played almost a flawless first half of the game in Stockton, literally. Ball goes down to Saints End one time, and they capitalized instantly in top cheese. Threatening again, gonna get the shot there. Spood's gonna knock that one away. This
Holy
one
smokes.
might be on target, actually, and it will be. Spood's gonna get the save. And
for the Saints, almost a minute left here in this game. Comp is there, Demo is there. There's as good chance as any, but the bounce was very awkward through the crease. That was definitely hard to try and get a hold of.
Yeah.
It's gonna be up to Kamal to try and keep this in, but with no boost, you're not gonna get there in time.
yeah, without the Stockton touch, Comp was expecting it to go elsewhere, and back.